Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the virtual graduate reception for our inaugural cohort of Lester B. Pearson International Scholars. My name is Tara Etherington. I'm the Assistant Director, International Student and Scholar Experience, and I've had the pleasure of working with this bright, vibrant, and inspiring group since they joined at U of T. I'm delighted to be serving as your MC for this joyous and momentous occasion. Although this event is taking place virtually, we wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and most recently, the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, while we are meeting virtually, Toronto is still home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We also encourage everyone to use the chat who would like to acknowledge the land that you're joining us from today, whether that be in Toronto or elsewhere. Today, we are joined by members of our 2017 cohort, along with their friends and family. Some of our scholars are graduating in a few days, and others are well on their way to completing their studies later in the year. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Vice Provost Students Sandy Welsh, Vice President International Joseph Wong, and Assistant Vice President Alumni Relations Barbara Dick, alongside various members of the University of Toronto community who have all played a significant role in the experience of our Pearson Scholars. We will also hear from two of our graduating scholars, and after this reception, we look forward to spending time with you in our informal gathering. Our first speaker today is Vice Provost Students Professor Sandy Welsh. In addition to working closely with principals, deans, and academic divisions across the three campuses to enhance the student experience at the University of Toronto, Professor Welsh is also one of the first faces to welcome Pearson Scholars to the university every year. In the Department of Sociology, Professor Welsh's primary research focuses on work placement and sexual harassment. Her current research explores how changes in federal and provincial regulations affect the adoption and implementation of workplace harassment and work-family policies in Canadian corporations. Please join me in welcoming Professor Welsh.
Thank you, Tara. And everyone involved in coordinating today's event. It's really wonderful to be here to celebrate this occasion with all of you. I wish to begin by saying congratulations. Your hard work and resilience in the face of more than a few challenges, especially over this past year, has brought you to this point. You should be proud today. We are so very proud of you. I hope you find some time today to reflect on your accomplishments and to take it all in. So often we look ahead to what is next, but here today, let's celebrate how much you have already achieved. In my role as Vice Provost Students, I have the pleasure of collaborating on many of the co-curricular student experiences at U of T and working with students across our three campuses. At Convocation, we want to acknowledge and celebrate these experiences alongside your amazing academic accomplishments. Whether it's your connection to a student club or organization, your experience living in residence, or your community involvement at U of T, I truly believe these are some of the most formative and memorable experiences you have during university. As you all know, the interactions you have outside of the academic realm are so critical to your development as a student, and no doubt will continue to benefit you in the years to come. I believe, and I hope you will agree, that we are so lucky here at U of T to have such a breadth of opportunities available to our students. It can be hard to imagine, but we have more than 1,000 diverse organizations and student groups across all three campuses. And while I suspect no one here was able to explore all 1,000 personally, I do hope you found your niche here amongst so many diverse interest groups and opportunities. As the inaugural Pearson Scholar cohort, you have exemplified the U of T student experience while here and major mark on our campuses. I know you all have made the most of your experience. Some of you have participated in independent research. Others have been involved in leadership roles amongst the student community, and yet others have made significant community contributions both within U of T and in our broader community outside of U of T throughout your time here. The skills you've built and cultivated while at U of T and the friendships formed and grown while here are going to be essential for all of you as you begin the next phase of your journey as a U of T graduate. I understand that a number of you will be starting graduate school at U of T or at other institutions. Congratulations. We know you're going to make an impact as you continue your academic pursuits. Others of you will be pursuing professional opportunities, and likely some of you are also still figuring out what comes next. And that's okay too. That was certainly my experience as I was graduating from university. All of this is part of the journey. And while it may seem like it's only a small change that's coming next for you, or if it feels like a big leap forward, it's an exciting time for you all, and we wish you all the best. And while graduation time is full of people giving you advice, I hope you find something in all that advice that resonates with you. For me, if I were to say one thing, it would be that the most interesting things I've done often started with me stepping out of my comfort zone and saying a simple yes. Say yes to the unexpected, to the offer that comes out of the blue for you to step into a new position in your career, or say yes to the person you just met who invites you out for a coffee. For me, after 25 years of marriage, that's one of the best yeses I ever said. It's those unexpected opportunities. Those are often the paths that can lead you to the most fulfilling and rewarding experiences of your life. As I said a few moments ago, we are so proud of all you have achieved, and we are grateful for all you have contributed and given to the U of T community. It is incredible students like you, our Pearson Scholars, who truly make this university an amazing place to study, work, and to grow together. Thank you so much for all that you've given to us during your time here. We wish you well as you embark on the next steps of your journey. We look forward to seeing what you accomplish next. And we do hope you will keep in touch, and just know that we will always be here cheering you on. Congratulations, Pearson Scholars. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you for your kind words, Sandy. We're grateful for all the ways you support our students. Our keynote speaker today is Vice President International, Professor Joseph Wong. Professor Wong is also the Roz and Ralph Halbert Professor of Innovation at the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy and a Professor of Political Science. He is the founder of the Research Alliance at the University of Toronto and teaches several courses, including on the Munk One program. He also has extensive international experience as a visiting scholar at institutions in the US, Taiwan, Korea, and the UK, working with the World Bank and the UN, and advising governments on matters of public policy in Asia, Africa, the Americas, and Europe. Professor Wong has been a tireless advocate, mentor, and supporter of Pearson Scholars since the very first cohort, and we are grateful that he could be with us today to celebrate this milestone. Please join me in welcoming Professor Wong.
Thank you so much, Tara, and thank you to all the organizers for putting together this fantastic event. Let me begin by congratulating all of the graduates for this terrific achievement that we're all celebrating today. I also wanted to bring greetings from the president of the University of Toronto, Professor Merritt Gertler. I shared with our executive committee yesterday that the first cohort of Pearson's was graduating soon and that we would be having an event today, and the entire executive committee was cheering. We're thrilled, we're delighted, and so excited for every one of you. Welcome to all of the graduates, to family and friends, and those who've supported these students over the last 4 years. Let me start by saying I'm really bummed that we can't be in person. Anybody who knows me knows that I think that convocation season is like the greatest time to be on campus. It's always sunny, it never rains. It's a time where people are just so happy, full of smiles, love is in the air, families are there to support. It really is truly a wonderful moment. I hope that you all have a chance to spend that kind of time in the future on campus and re-celebrate your achievements with your family and friends. I also want to just extend a personal congratulations to all of you. I too was a scholarship winner in my undergraduate years, although I lost my scholarship after my first year because I was such a bad student. So I'm a little jealous that you all made it this far, and I am in awe of the remarkable achievements that you've all accomplished. Today, of course, we're here to celebrate your achievement, but I also hope that you take this time, as Sandy's noted, that you reflect on your journey over the last 4 years and to reflect on your experience as a young person, thinking about where you were and where you are today. You know, my father was an international student as well. He grew up in rural Malaysia and he went to school in the UK in the 1960s. And that was a really, really crazy time to be a young Chinese man studying in Manchester. And it's something that I've always really deeply admired, not only for his accomplishments, but for the courage that it takes to leave your family and friends and to go, you know, literally for some of you, to the other side of the world to embark on something probably alone, and embark on something that's really unknown and uncertain. And so I hope you do reflect on that moment when you got that letter that says, congratulations, you've been accepted to the University of Toronto. And by the way, you've been awarded our most prestigious international scholarship. I hope you bottle up that moment of jubilation, but I also hope that you appreciate and remember the courage that it took. And I hope you remember the moment that your plane landed here in Toronto or when you crossed the border and capture that moment of excitement and anxiety and nervousness and excitement about looking forward. These are all parts of your journey. As I say again, I hope you celebrate today, but I also hope you reflect as you near the end of this segment of your journey, and that you take in and take stock of your whole experience here at the University of Toronto. You know, on the side of the university, we think of the university as a mix of curricular offerings and co-curricular offerings and a gazillion clubs and so forth, and all these terrific courses and professors that you're learning with and so on. But really, from your perspective, we call it curricular and co-curricular, but from your perspective, it's really a journey about discovering who you are, right? And I hope that on this day, you take stock of your experience in terms of what you've learned, the skills that you've learned, the knowledge that you've gained. I hope for all the poli-sci and econ students, you remember how to run your regressions after you graduate. But I also hope that when you take stock of your experience, you also recognize and acknowledge and honor the courage that you showed, the ability to be fierce, to remember the times of disappointment and how you managed that, to take stock of how you discovered your sense of purpose, that you accumulate knowledge, but you recognize that knowledge as being a catalyst for your transformation. I hope that you take stock and remember the times when you were angry, when you were sad, when you felt there was injustice, but also when you felt that you were rewarded and that you had a rewarding experience. I hope that, and I know that for many of you or some of you, you may have experienced tragedy while you were here or during these years, but I also hope that in its wake, you permitted yourself to be loved by your family and friends, with a partner, to allow people into your lives, to develop the kinds of friendships that will endure far beyond the 4 years that you spent here at U of T. I hope that you reflect on the times that you laughed uncontrollably with your friends, and sometimes even shedding some tears with them. My hope is that you don't simply file these away as memories, but rather you recognize that that's the raw material for your story, for your whole story, not just your degree, but who you are coming out this other end of these 4 years here. In other words, I hope that you leave the University of Toronto with not only having acquired skills and knowledge, but I hope that you leave with a deep sense, a better sense of who you are, of your authentic self, and that you claim that. So it's at this point in our briefing notes where we're told to offer you some advice. And for a person who lost his scholarship in his first year, I'm not sure that I'm really in a position to offer any of you terrific people advice, but I will make a prediction. I predict that you will all achieve great things. Right? You're just gonna have to trust me on that. I've been a professor for over 20 years now, and I've encountered some of the most brilliant students, really centered students, terrific people. And I know that you, and I've gotten to know some of you really well, I know that you will achieve things. Don't worry about that. In fact, as Pearson Scholars, if you think about it, the Pearson Scholarship was a recognition of what you'd accomplished. And no doubt during your 4 years, you've accomplished even more. But I hope, and I guess if this is any advice, I don't want you to be weighed down by that. I don't want you to think of your list of accomplishments as being a yoke that you wear around your neck. But rather, as you go forward, I hope that you interrogate why you strive to success, why you strive to succeed and to have accomplishments and to achieve. You know, as the very best, for which of course you've all been recognized as Pearson Scholars, you've been programmed to achieve. You've accumulated achievements and accomplishments. But I'll bet if you were to ask each and every one of yourselves that that's not who you think your best self is, but rather that's what others have defined for you. So my parting advice to all of you, and not as a professor, but just as a fellow human being, be your best self, not the best for others. And in doing so, you will achieve, but you'll do so with a full heart. Congratulations again to all of you. I look forward to hearing about your accomplishments, but I look more forward to hearing about all the things that bring you fulfillment and happiness. Congratulations again, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon.
Thank you, Joe, for your words of wisdom and for supporting the Pearson Scholars throughout their journeys. And now we turn the spotlight to our incredible graduating cohort. We are pleased to be joined by 2 of our 2017 Pearson Scholars who will be speaking on behalf of their peers. Our first speaker today is Maheen Khan. Maheen joins us today from Lahore, Pakistan, and studied at the University of Toronto, Mississauga, from where she is graduating as a political science specialist. She currently works as the Director of Publications for a women's rights NGO in her hometown, and after graduating, she plans to pursue a career in intelligence and national security. When she's not busy singing, in her words, badly but enthusiastically, Maheen spends her time training for her upcoming boxing match. Please join me in welcoming Maheen.
Thanks, Tara. Hello, everyone. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome students, families, and faculty to graduation day at the University of Toronto. Every one of you has made such a big impact on the graduates who sit here today. And it is my privilege to speak to you and to think about all that you've achieved thus far. I could not be prouder of the first cohort of Pearson Scholars. I would like to extend my heartiest congratulations to everyone on achieving life's biggest milestone, or one of. I just know life has even more wonderful things in store for you. All of you are brilliant and important and talented, and this community has nurtured me and helped me in so many ways. I cannot begin to express how grateful I am that I got to embark on this journey with all of you. I'm sure this is not the way any of us would have liked to graduate, but in some ways, I think that's what makes it even more memorable. We managed to graduate in the middle of a global pandemic, and that's really saying something. It hasn't been easy, not for a second, but today makes all the sacrifices you've made and all of the struggles that you've overcome so worth it. Throughout our lives, we've always been asked what we wanted to be: a princess, an astronaut, a rock star. For me, it was a killer whale trainer at SeaWorld. Our time at the University of Toronto has helped us redirect our passions and find new things to dream about. This is the point in our lives where we can truly follow those dreams and make them come true. I hope that we have all learned to be honest and true to whatever we believe in, and to show up as the most authentic versions of ourselves every single day. I now want to thank the people that have played the biggest role in making this happen. Tara, your unwavering commitment and dedication to your students over the years has been so heartwarming and inspiring. You have the biggest heart and the kindest soul. If you weren't there to support me, I swear I would have dropped out in my first year. Shraddha, the way you care is so genuine and warm. Thank you for being here and bringing so much of you to the community without asking for much in return. Thank you for showing up the way that you do. To Tanya, Flo, and Greg, although you guys work behind the scenes most of the time, it's no easy feat coordinating and accommodating 40 people's different schedules, needs, and problems, but you made it look so easy. As much as I've looked forward to this day, especially during those horrible weeks when classes were kicking my butt, I've always disliked endings, but I've come to realize that every end has a new beginning. So to the class of 2021, whatever you dream for your life, may you summon the strength to go out and get it. May your faith be greater than your fear. Through every difficulty, may you triumph and come out stronger on the other side. We have made this remarkable journey together, and although everyone must inevitably go their separate ways, I know we can always count on the love and support of the community here at U of T. Godspeed and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Mahia. Our next student speaker is Jacob Nazarenko. Jacob is joining us today from Boston, Massachusetts, and finished his studies last winter, graduating in 3 years. At the U of T, Jacob studied computer science and statistics at the St. George campus, and while in his first year, he participated in research with U of T's autonomous vehicle team, or Toronto. He remained a member of this team all through university, and was also a part of the rowing and triathlon clubs. Jacob embarked on summer internships at several different companies, including PTC, Quantopian, Microsoft, and the Toronto-based visual effects studio, Spin VFX. He is currently working as a software developer for Microsoft, remotely from his home in Boston. Please join me in welcoming Jacob.
Thank you. Members of the U of T community, friends, colleagues, project mates, fellow Pearson Scholars. I am honored, humbled, and proud to speak before you all today about our time as Pearson Scholars at U of T. We've all worked extremely hard to get to this point, and after many late coffee-infused nights, last-minute runs to office hours, and study sprints for midterms and finals, we've reached this point victoriously. Not even a pandemic could stop us. I very often enjoy reflecting on my time at U of T. I can clearly remember the early morning rowing practices I attended in my first year, the multiple hackathons I did where I met so many people and learned so much, my long, rewarding runs across the city as part of the triathlon club, and the work that I did developing traffic light and sign detection models with the autonomous vehicle team, work that I never thought I'd get the opportunity to do. My time at U of T was some of the most exciting in my life so far. It was a highlight. I'm sure you all have some great memories like these ones from your time at U of T, and I think we can all agree that as Pearson Scholars, it was difficult for us not to have these kinds of vivid experiences. I remember the day when several recruiters from the university sat down with me in Boston and told me about this new scholarship the university was rolling out. I will never forget the day when I received the email saying I got the scholarship. I knew my life had changed then and there, and excited as I was, little did I know what U of T and the Pearson Scholarship Program had in store for me. The Pearson Scholarship came with a lot of perks and gave me a noticeable advantage as I navigated life at U of T. I had personalized meetings with my registrar, mentorship from faculty members, invitations to exclusive social events, early access to career fairs, and even some research opportunities in my field. Apart from that, the fact that I was a Pearson Scholar alone served as a symbol of my past achievement. Beyond the university, those who considered me for work or other projects knew right away that I was a candidate to consider seriously. Looking back, I couldn't have asked for an education experience better than the one I received as a Pearson Scholar at U of T, and I think I can safely assume that I speak for the rest of the Pearson Scholars here as well. To conclude, I sincerely hope you'll cherish the memories of your time as Pearson Scholars and look back upon the last 4 years with pride. What you've received has given you arguably one of the biggest advances in your careers and personal lives you will ever receive, and has opened up for you even greater opportunities than you previously thought possible. Keep in mind that wherever you go, you represent the University of Toronto and the Pearson Scholarship Program. I'm sure it goes without saying that we'll all go on to do some pretty amazing things. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if a few of us even end up on U of T's notable alumni list. Either way, I hope that we all stay connected and that we'll all meet up once again someday in the beautiful city of Toronto. Thank you and congratulations to you all.
Thank you so much, Jacob. Once again, a huge thank you to Maheen and Jacob for sharing your U of T experiences with us today. Our Pearson Scholars have truly experienced so much throughout that time, and we look forward to staying connected after you graduate. We are now joined by Barbara Dick, Assistant Vice President, Alumni Relations. Barbara leads a team which provides university-wide direction and support for outreach efforts to over 630,000 alumni worldwide. In addition to engaging alumni in support of the university's mission through programs and services of interest and benefit to alumni, Barbara's team has led efforts to establish ambitious alumni engagement goals for the university. As a result, the University of Toronto has recently committed to facilitating the engagement of 225,000 alumni through 1 million instances of alumni engagement by the time the university celebrates the 200th anniversary of its founding in 2027. Please join me in welcoming Barbara Dick.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Pearson Scholars and honored guests. I am so delighted to be here today to celebrate your graduation from the University of Toronto. Well done. It seems not that long ago when we met in person at the Lester B. Pearson Garden for Peace and Understanding at Victoria College on a beautiful day, much like today in Toronto, to celebrate your arrival at the University of Toronto. Today marks 2 milestones. As the first Pearson Scholars to graduate, you are now also the first Pearson alumni. And I have the great honor of formally welcoming you into the University of Toronto alumni community. You might be leaving our campuses, but you remain part of our extended community of, as Tara has mentioned, 630,000 alumni worldwide. And every November and every June, that number continues to grow. Given how vast this network is, it might be hard to imagine how it could offer any practical benefit for you. Well, the good news is that it really can. Wherever you live and whatever your stage of life, U of T can help advance your career, foster connections, and really help facilitate you realizing your goals and for personal growth and impact. This support includes everything from regional alumni networks to career-related programming, lectures, special events, and many, many other benefits, including one benefit that is especially designed for you. We have convened some of U of T's alumni who are involved in the selection process for the Pearson Scholarship. These are individuals who themselves exemplify excellence and are very familiar with succeeding in competitive environments and living up to high standards. Some of those who helped us with the selection process have joined us today. Giles Bailey, Inez Lucia Fernandez Valdivieso, Jonathan Govia, and Matthew Cito. Some of them are in Toronto and some of them are joining us from around the world. These alumni work in fields ranging from journalism to public policy to capital markets and more. They helped us choose you as a Pearson Scholar, and now many of these alumni are volunteering to help you with your next steps. Following this event, you will receive an email with contact information for this welcoming group of alumni, and you're invited to reach out and connect with any of them for advice, for help with building your network, and just talking about navigating through the next few years. Of course, you can always connect to the wider network through something called the U of T Hub on 10,000 Coffees. And through this application, you have more access to more than 4,000 alumni professionals who can offer you one-on-one advice for just about any profession or field. And I invite you to join and visit the alumni website at alumni.utoronto.ca to learn more. Congratulations once again, and best wishes for every success in the years ahead. Please know that you are always welcome on our campuses, and do keep in touch. Remember to let us know how to get in touch with you so that we can help keep you informed about programs, benefits, and services that might be of interest and value to you. I hope that you are leaving our campuses secure in the knowledge that you have received an outstanding education from an internationally recognized university, and that you remain an immutable part of this great good place, regardless of where your life takes you. Congratulations once again. The world needs you more than ever.
Thank you, Barbara, for this warm welcome to the vibrant U of T alumni community for our scholars. We look forward to hearing more about the amazing things you will go on to do and to future collaborations with our Pearson alumni. As we celebrate our 2017 Pearson Scholars, on behalf of the Pearson program team, I want to say how proud we are of the amazing work, dedication, and resilience that each of you have shown throughout your time at U of T. We have put together a short slideshow featuring all members of this cohort. Pearson Scholars, please enjoy this short walk down memory lane.